welcome to Narayana Educational Institutions. Today we are delighted to have NEET 2026 All India Rank 142. Please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I am Chaithra Yajamanam. I am from Bangalore, CO Kuvempu Bhavan, and I have secured an All India rank of 142 in NEET 2026.
Thank you so much for joining us, Chaithra. So I want to ask you, what's your story like? Why do you want to pursue medicine?
I think that medicine is like the most humane profession that there is. Becoming a doctor, that's the most humane profession, and the idea of studying the human body, which is the most complex machine that we know about. Yeah, that was a very engaging thought, and that is what made me go for medicine.
Right, but you took such a rigorous examination. How did you balance taking coaching classes, doing your self-studies, going to school? How did you manage everything?
I think half the work lies in just paying attention to your classes. That's where you complete half the work there. And I think the schedule prepared by Narayana, that helped a lot as well, because the teaching was a good balance of completing the syllabus under the time constraints there are, along with like inculcating the right knowledge in us. So I had ample amount of time because of the schedule for self-study as well.
Right. Now talking about different subjects, right? How did you prepare differently for physics, biology and chemistry?
I think first of all, the core of it all is just knowing and wanting to know more in every subject. When it comes to biology, it's a very straightforward approach, just knowing the information and bringing it out on paper in the exam as well. When it comes to physics, it's not a straightforward approach. There's a lot of thinking required behind it. You need to think differently, have a lot of logic behind it, and getting your fundamentals right, that's the most important part in physics. Chemistry is basically a mixture of both biology and physics, how I went about that.
Now you took such a rigorous examination. I'm pretty sure you needed a lot of support from your family as well. How did your family support you in this journey?
I think I was very lucky to have a very supportive background behind me, whether it was my family or my peers or my friends. So my family, they played a huge role in all of this, whether it was dropping me to school, being the backbone behind it all, being a good support system. Anytime I was feeling down or I had a sense of stress, I was very lucky to have a very good support system around me, whether it was my family, my faculty, my friends, whoever.
Talking about a good support system, right? Why did you choose Narayana for your NEET journey?
I think firstly, Narayana is a very well-established institution, and by word of mouth, there's a lot of talk going around it, whether it comes to JEE or NEET both. And also my family, my father was an alumni, or he went to Narayana coaching, and so there's a sense of trust due to that connection with Narayana there. So that was one of the reasons as to why I joined Narayana.
Do you have a special mentor who helped you overcome challenges during your journey?
I think my faculty, all of them, they did offer scattered nuggets of wisdom here and there. So I think credit goes to all of them. Like whether it comes to physics, who gave me a very good introspection about how I was doing, and it gave me a good outlook on how I should go about physics, or when it comes to biology, because even though it's considered as an easy subject, there's a lot where you could go wrong. So I was able to overcome that sense of arrogance when it comes to biology, all because of my faculty that I had.
Mentorship is definitely very important in a student's journey, but so is practice. So how did Narayana help you practice for your exam?
So Narayana has a very good set of assignments, DPPs, a lot of exams. All the exams that I wrote definitely broadened my perspective of questions that had to be answered. And so if there was a question that felt foreign to me, I was never afraid of it, whether it came to the final exam or in any mock test. So because of that broad range of questioning, I think that is also one of the biggest reasons as to why I'm here right now.
How was the peer environment like at Narayana? Did that help you?
I was very lucky to have a very good peer group, and there was a sense of extremely healthy competition which drove me to want to perform better, whether it was my branch or whether it was the other branches. Hearing about them was a great sense of inspiration, and it did evoke a little bit of fire, to perform better and do well and cross them as well. So I was very fortunate to have an extremely good peer group which provided a sense of very healthy competition.
For the people watching you, what piece of advice would you give to the aspirants?
I would say that whenever you approach a subject, do learn it for wanting to learn it rather than approaching it as a subject of a competitive exam. I think approaching it as a subject that you want to learn and having the curiosity behind it, that is like literally half the work that needs to be done, and that is what drives you to almost close to perfection there is.
So now that this chapter is done for you, what's next for you? What are you most excited about?
I'm very excited about becoming a doctor and all the baggage that comes along with it. I'm very excited about that. Just the sense of serving people and learning a lot more, not just what I've been learning right now, and expanding my horizons. That is what I'm excited about a lot.
Do you have a specialty in mind?
Yeah, I do. I want to approach surgery, so I'm very excited about that.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Chaithra, for joining us today. It was lovely chatting with you, and we hope to see you as a very, very successful doctor someday.
Thank you.
Thank you.